Si Rachel, hola.
Sakti Abimayu, halo.
Ako si Jai, kamusta?
Kagiso, Dumelang.
Sanibonani babukeli nonke emakhaya. Once again, this is your boy Holly_Anderson. And yeah, man, this is the third episode of Star Rise Buffet 2. Today we're hosting the giant Buffet 2, Dr. Let Me Talk. So yeah, man, this guy has been doing waves, man. This guy's doing great things. This guy's a motivational speaker. But without any further waste of time, let me allow this guy to introduce himself. Let's go.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Kagiso Rangaka here, pseudonymously known as Dr. Let Me Talk. I'm talking all the way from Bokeng in Rafareti. I'm here with you at Star Rise. I'm going to be talking about what I do, which is writing, public speaking, and publishing. Thank you.
Alright, Buffet 2, so we're here with Dr. Let Me Talk. How's it, bro?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good, man.
Thanks, man.
Hey, man, you know, on my way here, I was actually thinking, alright, you know, this guy, I know him from way back, you know?
I saw that coming.
From way back in high school. And I'll be very honest with you, Dr. Let Me Talk. I had never imagined you in this space, you know, in this industry, you talking, you know, I've never seen you in that light. But I think this is like a wake-up call to me to say anything is possible, you know what I'm saying? Anything is possible. And on that note, I just want us to start off things where how did you come up with the brand? Like, how did you come up with Dr. Let Me Talk? What was it that inspired that whole concept and the change in you from the person that I knew from high school and the person that you are inspiring people now?
Yeah. By the way, thank you very much for coming to me to your show.
All right.
Now you're asking one great question that I'll tell you that many people are actually asking themselves. So how about we answer them now?
Yeah. No, I think this is a perfect platform.
This is a platform for that. So now, Dr. Let Me Talk. By the way, it's an amusing name. I know it's amusing. People laugh. I used to
It's very different. I mean, Dr. Let Me Talk. Who would have thought, like, people use their names, you know, like, for example, I would say maybe Dr. Kamoge or Rangwaga, you know, but you came with Dr. Let Me Talk. I just want to get why Let Me Talk.
Yeah. With Dr. Let Me Talk, it's as simple as this. It's actually it's coming out from my clan name.
Oh, okay.
Rangaka. You know, Rangaka, the meaning of Rangaka, it's simply as a male doctor. And then my ability, the ability that God has given me, one of the ability and the gift of talking. I like talking a lot. So now, my clan name, Rangaka, plus my ability of talking, put together, it's Dr. Let Me Talk. So what are you simply saying? Why are you saying Dr. Let Me Talk? The brand is actually about allowing people to talk. What is to talk? To talk is to transfer all living knowledge. TALK. Transfer all living knowledge. So that's how the brand came back. You understand? So allowing people, creating platforms for people to speak, creating platform for people to actually transfer and knowledge and communicate and all.
And obviously we know information is power.
True.
And you did highlight to the fact that it's a gift that you have.
Yes, sir.
And basically it means it wasn't something that you decided to pick up along the process or along the way in your life. It's something that you had started from, something that you had from a very long time, but it needed nurturing and now you're at that stage.
Yeah.
That's where now we find the distinction between the person that you were in high school that I know and the person that you are right now.
True.
All right, and I just want us to tell us more about your work. What have you been? What is it that you are providing to people as content? You know,
Yeah.
as the information that you're giving out to people. Is there like any information that you like? Maybe a book that you wrote or something.
Yeah. On that one, by the way, my first ever published book, in actual fact, it's actually beforehand. I have to say this. It's actually a self-published book. I had to,
that's
go
awesome.
on my
That's
own
awesome.
and invest time in it. It's titled "Life is Like a Boxing Match." So that's my first book that I've actually got published, by the way. So not running away from the fact that there are other books that are written but not published
Yeah,
as yet.
yeah.
So Life is Like a Boxing Match is the standing book that is here. And Life is Like a Boxing Match, it's a book that actually looks into the four human whole aspects. I'm talking your spiritual aspect, your psychological aspect, your emotional aspect, and physiological aspect. So these four human whole aspects need to be fit for the fight. So if you're not fit for the fight, you're not destined to win.
Yeah,
because
of
you're not fit
course,
for the
of
fight.
course, of course.
So getting inside a ring and not being fit, man, you can be knocked out at first round. You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but if you're fit for the fight and you have trained yourself in all the human whole aspects, you will win. You surely win and become successful in all the bouts that come your way and all that. So yeah,
And I do believe by referring life as a boxing match, it means obviously there is challenges there, because we know in a boxing match, there's where you get a full-blown knockout, but it doesn't necessarily mean you've lost the game.
True,
It means
true.
you can obviously stand up again.
Yeah.
And that's what actually inspired the book, that maybe going through all these challenges, just picture life as a boxing match.
as a boxing match, because as
All
simple
right.
as that, while you're talking about that one, you need to know one thing. I was telling people, they said, the other person actually asked me one question, said, "Doc, where is my rise?" I said, "Your rise is in your fall." So what are
Yeah,
you talking about?
yeah,
Saying,
whoa.
if you
Whoa.
fall down, if you fall down,
Whoa.
do you understand?
Your rise is in your fall.
It's in your fall. You need to fall for you to rise up. So if in life, then you got one knockout, one heavy punch, one electrified punch, learn to know that I need to stand up again and fight, continue fighting.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
All right, and I just want us to give people a bit of insight. A person might have a book in their head,
Yeah.
but they necessarily don't know how to make it in print. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I just want you to take us through this object. How did this object come about? Where was printing done? Who who owns full rights to the
Yeah.
song and so forth?
Okay, now coming out into to publishing, like I've went through the journey of self-publishing, it made me a better person to actually learn about how publishing is done, the process of publishing a product like this one. So you have to go through writing, obviously, coming out with a manuscript. Then after you're coming out with a manuscript, you need to send maybe your book for book reviews or manuscript reviews, if I say. So after that, you go through that review, and then publishers, normally known as traditional publishers, they be able to revert to you as to if your manuscript is been accepted for publication or what. Do you understand? So if your manuscript, by the way, is accepted for publication and all that, obviously will come to contracting and all that they do, contracting, and then coming out to how and the rights and all that. Traditional publishers obviously will publish your work free of charge in actual fact. However, there will be an exchange of rights. So you give them certain percentage of rights for them to publish your book. So they will own maybe the copyrights of your book for 5 years. That's a minimum number that I know. Do you understand? So that the copyright will belong to them for 5 years, so they can do many reprints if they have to. If they want to adapt a book into an audio and whatsoever, they do that. So that's the steps that it takes. And your editors, you need editors to come and edit your book, look into your book, and they edit, and copy editors who will be taking into your book. You need after that you need your proofreaders. Do you understand? Who will be proofreading the book, whether it's good content and all that. Then after that, we're getting ready ourselves with the publishing manager or the publisher for publication. And publication, we're setting out dates for date of release. Then on this one, by the way, I didn't have to learn through this. That's when I said, why not open up a publishing company?
Oh, okay.
Then I started it. By the way, we have what you call Dr. Let Me Talk pen and paper.
Okay.
So under the same brand, do you understand? So we are publishers as well. We publish books.
All
and
right.
all that. As you can actually see, we're actually having one of our first book, A Slice of Cake, one of our
Slice
first
of Cake.
authors,
Yeah.
Mpo Jane Fulwan, you do understand?
All right.
So yeah.
All right, and I want us to, because this is, this might be interesting to someone who wants to write a book, and maybe want to make it a career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe feed off that. Is it lucrative enough? Does it have the money? Because everyone wants to know that side. If I'm going to publish a book, am I going to be able to make a living out of this particular object? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we just want to get an insight. Is it lucrative? Is it something that would generate money for just to make a living, or is it something that you would actually do on the side and say, let me just publish this book and see if it goes well? It's based on passion. It's not about the money.
Yeah. It depends with what are your objectives of writing. By the way, there are people who are writing to impact on the lives of people, and then they're not even looking at making money out of their publications whatsoever. But now, if you have to put a book in this format, it takes money to make this. So when you're coming out to that, it's the question of is it going to become business viable? So for us, it's actually business viable. We're making sales out of the books and all that. But I need to tell you that books don't make money in one day. Rome was never built in one day. Books take long, some of them, to actually make money. Do you understand? It's through hard work. And again, looking at the reading behavior of us here locally and other people and all that, do you understand? When I'm looking at the reading behavior, it's actually so not strong that people really read, do you understand? So there's no consumption of books and all that. There's a certain number and all that. So you would make money, but in the long run, I would say, according to me currently.
So it's a long-term investment.
It's a long-term investment for me currently.
All right. So we obviously are aware that you're an inspired person. You're a goal-driven person. What makes you wake up in the morning? That's like key question right now.
Breathing. breathing makes me to wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
It's when I get to realize that I still have an opportunity of another 24 hours. So why not wake up and then do what I have to do? It's not really the problems, because some of the people, they say that you don't need, when I saw a joke in the fact, they said when you are 25, you no longer need to set an alarm. Your problems will wake you up.
Yeah.
So with me, it's not the problems that wakes me up. It's the breathing, the opportunity that I realize that God has given me, the other opportunity to live and do what I have to do.
Yeah.
So that's what inspires me to wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Breathing. Simple as that. I'm still breathing. Why not wake up and do what I can do?
Yeah. And I like the fact that you say your problems are not the one that wakes you up. Meaning, you acknowledge the fact that there are problems, but you're still inspired to wake up every morning and try and push whatever you're passionate about.
Even when there's no problems, I wake up.
You still wake up.
I don't want problems to cause me to wake up.
Exactly. No, I like that fact. And obviously, people would want to know, where can they get this book? Where can they get a boxing match? A slice of cake.
Yeah.
Where can people get these books? Are they pre-ordered? Is there any online ordering or so forth?
Currently now, with Life is Like a Boxing Match, you can get it with our direct sales. Our direct sales are made by Dr. Let Me Talk Tree Ties. Those are our book sellers and distributors. You understand? We've created that, who sell our books and all that. You can do direct sales. You can check on our Facebook pages. You can check on that. The Slice of Cake, you can even find it on Amazon. By the way, Slice of Cake has went on Amazon now. It's selling on Amazon.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah, you can just get there on Amazon. It's selling for 186, by the way. Just putting it in rands. So it's $11, by the way. So that's that. You can find it there. And yeah.
All right. And we obviously do understand that these books being published and being on Amazon, let's try to understand the Amazon part. So what's the relationship between you and Amazon, is there a certain fee that you pay to Amazon to have your book online, or are they running probably a campaign to have people throw books into the net?
We actually have to pay, because remember now that the great man, 200 billion, by the way, thank you very much. So I'm inspired by 200 billion. Okay, so now with Amazon, they actually distribute and sell our book for a certain fee. Obviously, they will be taking their price, because retail price. It's like an online store, so we pay for that.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Okay, that's very much interesting, and I do hear you speak about different sectors of, different departments or different outlooks of your company. Give us a bit of insight on the umbrella company, Dr. Let's Talk. Give us the whole insight.
So now, after I actually came up with Dr. Let Me Talk as a speaker, and then I came in there to look into what are other things that I can actually transfer or live in knowledge with. I looked into communication and multimedia, do you understand? So that's where publishing company is coming in. So it's in actual fact, we start with Dr. Let Me Talk, which is a public speaking company, where it has its own speakers who are under the umbrella in speaking and getting booked and whatsoever. Then we have our Dr. Let Me Talk Pen and Paper, which is the publishing company. Then we go and look into Dr. Let Me Talk Treatise, which are our booksellers and distributors. So we have others, Dr. Let Me Talk Action, which is now our film and drama or film and theater production company. So that's what we have currently.
And you trying to infiltrate all these markets where you can transfer information to the people, which is a very good thing.
Yeah.
And you obviously did highlight to all these different departments in the company. We just want to understand the difference between their logos. What sets the distinction between all these departments in
First and foremost, with Dr. Let Me Talk, Dr. Let Me Talk as a speaker, you will see that it actually has a slogan under it. Below, it's actually written "Walking the Talk into Improvement." So that's a public speaking company. You will see that logo. Dr. Let Me Talk Pen and Paper. The pen and paper, we're talking about rewriting things. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because Dr. Let Me Talk is made out of writers and publishers. Within Dr. Let Me Talk Pen and Paper, we're actually having a number of 30 writers that we have under it, and all that going through development in our writers' theater. You understand? So pen and paper will set a distinction on it. Dr. Let Me Talk Treatise, which is formal written work, you understand, will actually set a distinction between pen and paper and the others. You understand?
Okay.
So those are people who are distributing and selling our formal written work. You understand?
Okay. All right.
So Dr. Let Me Talk Action, obviously it's action. What are you about? It's about camera, acting, and all that. So that's what sets the distinction between all the others.
All right. And going through your profile, I saw you were with Abelungu Bafet. You were with Abelungu Bafet, the Chinese and all that. Just give us a bit of information on that. What were you doing with those guys? Where were you?
Asia World Model United Nations.
Asia.
Yeah, I actually went. I was in Asia. I got a great opportunity to actually travel to Asia.
Hey, Bafet, whoa. Bafet, this guy has been in Asia. No, we need to take a moment of silence for that. This guy's making moves, bro. Let's get it.
So yeah. I made it out into Asia, in Indonesia, specifically Bali. I actually went there to participate in Asia World Model United Nations. So it's actually a conference of a global conference where now it attracts numbers and numbers of different countries, people to come into that conference, where we actually get to debate and deliberate about issues and challenges, and that international global issues in actual fact. So that's how I got the opportunity to find myself in Bali, Indonesia. That happened in 2000, and that would be 90. So
So let me just ask, what is the biggest show that you have done your speaking in? Which show have you done your speaking in was like the biggest show, biggest numbers, everything?
I would stand to say that once you're talking the numbers now, in 2000 and 2016, we found a company called a program called Botswana the Nation in Creative Arts. So now we were attracting numbers and numbers of learners coming into the South African State Theatre. The sitting plan of 1,600 sitting plan of the State Theatre, which is Opera Theatre. So that was when I actually experienced great numbers and numbers of people, because 1,600 every day, and speaking to different school learners who come into the theatre and all that. So in terms of numbers, that was the biggest one. But in terms of and a different set or high-leveled audience would be currently now would be one Asia World United Nations is one of them. I should say.
I mean, geez, man.
Geez, man. So the second one would actually be the speaking on in actual fact, even though I wasn't interacting with them there physically and all that, would be I'm being invited to actually be one of the speakers on AMIT. AMIT is a college that is based in India. So I was actually invited to be part of the.
So you also make moves in India, I'm afraid.
Yeah, man.
I no muntu, Mafetu. I no muntu is too much, Mafetu. This guy is too much. No. Sure.
So yeah, it's one of those. Locally, I will say home in South Africa. After I actually came back from Bali, I got an opportunity to actually stand before the mine workers. You understand? Glencore.
Yeah.
By the way, Glencore is one of the biggest mining.
And you probably walked away with a fat paycheck.
I wouldn't say.
You'll never disclose it anyway. All right. So Mfethu, Rangaka.
Yes, sir.
Is a Tswana surname.
Yes, sir.
But you're so fluent in English, bro. You're so fluent in English.
As well as Tswana, by the way.
It means Umotswana. So now we want to know, bro, how many languages can you speak, Mfethu?
It's Tswana, Sotho, Pedi, English.
So count them actually.
It's Tswana, Sotho, because my mother is Sotho, so my father is Tswana.
All right.
So Pedi, that will be your English. That will be your Zulu. Can speak Zulu. That will be. I'm now learning one of the so sad difficult languages. Venda, you know, I'm still struggling with. I'm still struggling, by the way. Here, I'm still struggling. It's not easy, but I'm getting there. Do you understand? I can speak Iswati, Itintuleti. Do you understand? I'm Ntokuluma now and all that. I do that, and so
in counting, how many languages?
That's why it will be. Let me say 6 because I'm still struggling with.
These other ones there. and Africans, are you familiar with?
No. I was in primary school.
Of course.
You know, a bro, you know, such things. You know, a bro, you know, such things. That's what we knew in primary school.
So you basically knew the basics of
Africans.
And Mfethu, from knowing you, Mfethu,
you know, those were a young boy back then with an influence of boys in school, where we created our own habits. You understand? And we were influencing each one to actually come out with some new way of living lifestyle. By the way, I've actually spoke about that in Life is Like Boxing Match about habits and all that. So where we influence one another, then you find yourself in that space. Not then you once you discover yourself to say, is this really what you are? Then you find yourself, this is not what you are. This is what you pretend to be.
Yeah, but you know the reason why I asked you this is because I'm picking up a sense where this in you has always nurtured you and cultivated you to become the person that you are. You know, the way you present yourself to people. Obviously, the way you present yourself on stage. You know, when you're talking to people have that image that this guy is presentable. He looks smart. Man. This I can allow this guy to talk to me. You know, that's the type of. So that's what I'm actually acknowledging.
Yeah.
And you know, I just want to know from you. People are hungry out there. You know,
Yes, sir.
People are keen to be successful. What advice would you give to those people?
Labor. You know, people who don't want to labor. I would just say this: simply forget about success. You know, a woman in labor pain. You know, a woman in labor pain.
Yeah.
They get the fruits of having a baby.
Yeah.
After they get into
which is
labor
old,
wars.
you know, which
Do you
is-
understand?
Yeah,
Which is a blessing, which is a gift.
yeah, which is
Which is a blessing, by the way.
of course.
So now we need to learn to labor, and learn to suffer. By the way, myself, I was trained to suffer. So that's one of the things I'll tell people. If you're ready to suffer, you'll get successful. Because of many people, they don't commit themselves through suffering for them to get successful. People have been taught, like even now in churches and all that, by the way, in the side of churches, people have been taught to declare, to claim it. And people claim it and they sit. You don't claim
of
and sit,
course.
you labor.
Yeah. You labor, sure.
After you say
Yeah,
it,
no,
after you say it, you got to go out and labor. Do you understand?
yeah.
Labor and learn to suffer and commit yourself in that. I mean, it's Frederick Douglass who says that where there is no struggle, there is no progress. So I'll tell you, struggle and labor. Simple.
All right, and obviously there is people who are putting labor, but are not really becoming successful in what they're doing. What advice would you give to people that are still trying by all means, you know, to get their things off the ground, but just not making it?
Keep trying.
Simple.
Your problem is keep trying. There's a difference between again. There's a problem between doing it and trying. You know. It's either you do it or you try. Here's the thing with trying. You know, some people who are not committed to doing something, they'll tell you, you know, I'll try. Like you invite a person and say, and chila, or come over, let us get to read this book, and say, I'll try. You know what they're simply saying to you? It's a polite no.
Yeah.
I'm not coming. That's what they say. It's either you there or you don't. Let me tell you something. We got here and I told you, man, have a sit.
Yeah.
I didn't say, man, try to sit down, because first to sit down is, it's either you sitting down or you halfway there. It's either you sit or you get halfway. You understand?
That's
so
powerful.
if you're coming up with I'm trying, then I'll tell you, keep trying, because you want to try. I'm doing it. I don't keep trying. I'm doing it.
and I'm sure the ladies that are watching this are just looking at this handsome face and they're like, oh my god, I wish I could have a piece of this guy. Are you single, Baba?
I'm not single, man. I'm not single. I'm gone.
I'm sorry, guys. I blew the
I'm gone. I'm
bubble.
not single. I'm gone. Unfortunately, sorry, guys. I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm taken.
All right. I want us to play a game there.
Yeah,
just
man.
want to challenge you quick.
Okay.
Which one of your exes would you go back to?
None of them.
And what was the reason?
I am where I am, and I'm fine where I am.
Were you comfortable?
I'm good.
No baby mama stress, nothing.
No, I don't. I shouldn't have that. I don't have that.
Really?
Baby mama stress. And no, I don't. I didn't go that far. in the past.
So you guys are the guys that know how to pick. Yeah, you know, it don't always comes like that with motivational speakers and that. These guys, I mean, I think you should be the one who picks my wife in fit. Maybe you would be able, you'll be able to extract the proper person there, you know?
I wouldn't say that. By the way, I'll be lying if I say I stood there and I picked. No, I searched. You know, you would search. You go first and check. By the way, when you go into the black book, we are taught that Adam searched. He looked for, but he did not find. So with myself as well, I searched, but I did not find.
Right.
Up until God say, "Sorry,
This is your thing.
yeah."
Alright.
I've searched. I have access. I have all that. Yeah.
All right, Fetu, thank you very much for being part of this episode, man. This was very epic. I like your work. I like what you do. Keep it up, Fetu. And you know, one last thing, where can people find you?
You can go into my social media platforms. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or even LinkedIn. You can find us there. Simple as Dr. Let Me Talk. If you can just go there, type your Dr. Let Me Talk. You'll find me there.
All right, Bafetu, it's below the screen, Dr. Let Me Talk. Please follow at Dr. Let Me Talk. Otherwise, Bafetu, this was a great episode with Dr. Let Me Talk. This guy shared a lot with us. You know, he actually inspired us to do more. He actually inspired us to go out there, Bafetu, and search for the right person. Ngoba la emhlabeni kuyafiwa. Otherwise, Bafethu, this is your boy Hardy _ Anderson and Eminangi TC out.